Hello, my name is Steve Bigelow with the Candlestick Forum. Obviously, with the markets trading below the T line, we use the T line rule. Whoops, how do I keep flipping? The Dow started trading below the T line before it came right back up. But as we can see this past week, they would take it up and bring it back down. And then when it opened lower, kind of gapping down a little bit, told us that there was probably a major change of investor sentiment. This is why our recommendation to have both long and short periods, long and short positions on in the portfolio was prudent because we didn't know which way the market was going with this indecisive sideways stage. This selling was more amplified by the fact that the NASDAQ gapped down. I don't know what is happening here that it keeps doing that. And not only gapped down after some indecisive trading, but closed below the T line. So right now you want to stay short. Your stochastics are still heading down. So adding more short positions to the portfolio is likely. Now the strong sectors this week is you probably want to short the cruise lines. However, the biotechs are still acting well if you're in the right ones. There is something drastically wrong here. And stay with your 45-degree patterns. Remember, last week or last couple weeks, fry pan bottoms have been working well, and the 45-degree patterns are working well. So right now, the cruise lines are still selling off. As you can see in Carnival, came back up, used the 50 as a resistance level, part of this downtrend, making more than likely this blue ice failure, which is where they fell through the ice, came back up, couldn't find the hole they fell through, so they drowned. They're going to go down to the bottom of the pond or the 200-day moving average. So remember, the fry pan bottoms work well. That was the first identification of a breakout on GameStop. Now, obviously, the rhetorical question is, did you know it was going to go up to $350? Absolutely not. But basically, the fry pan bottom told you things were being bought for whatever reason. Sometimes it's a buyout, sometimes it's a good earnings, but that tells you the buyers have stepped in. So we're using that same scenario on a Biotechs like VXRT. You can see the fry pan bottom. We call this the classic pattern. Classic pattern is a fry pan bottom that starts a strong up move. Then you have your J hook pattern. That's your profit taking, and then the profit taking over starting the next wave. And you can see that classic pattern setting up. We're still strong on the electric vehicle sector, but using our RARE program, our research analysis reverse engineering, we want to know which stocks are going to be leading the way in a very strong sector like the electric vehicles. But we still use our patterns to tell us what investor sentiment is doing in the strong stocks. So you can see the big fry pan bottom. You can see the breakout. You can see how it moved too far away from the T line, came back. If this starts trading positive, you essentially have a J hook pattern in progress, meaning wave 1 and wave 3 should be approximately the same. So take advantage of our RARE program, research analysis reverse engineering, a very simple concept. If we can see there's strong buying somewhere in a chart, we just don't take it for granted, especially if it's in a strong sector, that it's going to move stocks. We can go back and do the research to see why that stock is moving. We also can utilize the patterns. Notice the 45-degree on bingo ever since this little slow curve fry pan bottom breakout. This makes trading very easy. The T-line rule, as long as you stay above the T-line, you're still in an uptrend. The T-line rule for the 45 degrees, you just stay long until you see a candlestick sell signal and a close back below the T-line. This takes the anxiety out of how long do I continue to hold this uptrend. So when we saw that gap down in the NASDAQ, dang Jiminy Christmas, what's going on there? Saw that gap down in the NASDAQ as well as the selling in the Dow, told us there was a major change of investor sentiment. It was time to start closing out long positions that were showing weakness and maybe adding some short positions to the portfolio. Again, use our rare program. It's just common sense, utilizing the graphics of candlesticks and then just seeing what the news was that created those breakout situations. That'll be it. We'll see you in the chat rooms.